following program may contain elements not suitable for all ages. Performances are conducted by trained professionals. Viewer discretion is advised. Welcome back, fans, to another episode of NEW Evolved. And today, from the CLB Armory, we have some great wrestling action as the Steel Panther Cameron Stevens steps into action with the Wild Thing Tony King. And then in our main event, the brash newcomer, the Educator Denver Peters, steps into action with former NEW World Heavyweight Champion, the Thoroughbred Blake Maxwell. All this and much more next on NEW Evolve. Here we go, Travis. We're underway at the CLB Armory, and the Wild Thing Tony King steps into action with the Steel Panther Cameron Stevens.
This is a new, fresh contest here at New Evolution Wrestling. We'll see what the Steel Panther Cameron Stevens has to offer here.
Certainly, we've seen him in action now a few times here in New Evolution Wrestling, and he certainly brings a lot to the table. But he's in there today with the wily veteran, the Wild Thing Tony King.
Well, Tony King's been around a long time, and he is indeed a veteran. Let's see what's going to happen there, these two guys now, as we see Cameron with a reverse hammerlock.
That's not going to play on the Wild Thing Tony King. You see the reversal there right away. Cameron Stevens is going to have to dig deep into his bag of tricks to pull one over on the Wild Thing.
Throws Tony off the ropes, and Tony with a shoulder block. And Tony's not going to fall for that.
He's letting all the people here know, and he's letting the Steel Panther know he's ready.
Tony looked like he was going for a backslide there for a second, and Cameron reversed it, and a back elbow. Tony back to his feet right away, and down again. And Cameron's getting a lot in here on this veteran, and a kick in the corner. Cameron is on fire here right now.
That rocked the Wild Thing. You could see worse for wear, up and straight down the Michinoku driver. This might be it, Travis.
1, 2, and Justin Cricker was right there in position, almost for that 3 count. I think Tony might have underestimated Cameron here a little bit.
Cameron Stevens letting it all hang out. You see a beautiful Michinoku driver almost gets the 3 on the Wild Thing.
But Tony reverses to throw off the ropes there. A duck under and a knee to the guts. And Tony's famous for that.
That was a beautiful move there. Cuts the
referee in position 1. And just a 1 count there.
It's not going to be enough to put the Steel Panther away, I don't think, Travis. And now you see the Wild Thing playing it smart, slowing it down.
Well, like we said earlier, Tony's been around a long time. He's a veteran. He's going to stay on his opponent most of the time as much as he can as he throws Cameron Stevens into the corner here right now, and some chops being heard throughout the CLB Armory. And another one. Tony with some boots in the corner, and the referee's got to get in there and break this thing up.
He's got till 5, can he?
He does.
He's got till 5 to break that count.
As we see a different camera angle here now, and Tony's choking Cameron Stevens on the ropes here.
Once again, he's got till 5. He broke it in time, all well within the rules. The Wild Thing finally getting back to his old ways here. You know, he strayed for a little bit. Maverick Matt Wheeler took him off his game. And Tony spent too much time sucking up to the peons here in the CLB Armory, and now he's finally getting back to brass tacks, back to basics.
Well, it didn't take long for Tony to show his true colors, did it?
It certainly did not, and I, for one, love it.
Well, be that as it may, you see Tony here lifts Cameron up in reversal. Cameron on the outside of the ropes. What's going to happen here? Blocks a punch from Tony.
And he rocked the Wild Thing.
Cameron with his shoulder to the guts, and what's going to happen here? Cameron up and over the ropes. Cameron go for a pin sunset flip. 1, 2.
Only a 2 count, and the Wild Thing cuts him off once again. Ooh,
referee position again. 1, 2. And Cameron Stevens kicks out again. It's hard to keep this young man down.
Certainly. Cameron right in on the action here today on Evolved. High octane, and one thing you don't want to miss, Travis, when NEW's live in your neighborhood, you want to check it out.
Tony King sets him up for a suplex here. Tony's staying on his opponent. It's not over yet, Tony. Come on. Don't be You knew he was going to kick out. Don't act like it's over.
He's just toying with the Steel Panther. He's just toying with him for now. And like I said, Travis, you don't want to miss all the exciting action with NEW's in your neighborhood. And fans, we'll be right back with more NEW Evolved. All right, Travis, we're back on NEW Evolved with the Wild Thing in firm control.
He stayed on his opponent through a commercial break, and look at he's taunting the fans after kicking Cameron in the back of the head there. What's going on here now? A stomp to the chest.
I love it. The Wild Thing toying with the Steel Panther. He's got this one pretty much in the bag, I would assume.
Tony's going to the top rope. This is not like Tony.
It's very uncharacteristic for the Wild Thing, and you can tell he paid for it. He's going to be singing higher in the shower tomorrow.
We talked earlier about how he likes to stay on his opponent. The minute that he didn't, look what happens.
What's this going to be here, Travis?
Oh!
That was devastating. That might be it.
It might be 1, 2, no!
And the Wild Thing barely able to escape that devastating cutter from the top rope there.
I can't believe Tony King kicked out of that. What's this? An exploder suplex? And into a pin. And 1, 2. And the referee is in position, but he kicked out.
Unbelievable. The Steel Panther coming oh so close as he's got the Wild Thing on the ropes, Travis.
As you see Tony here with a back elbow drop. And the referee here in position again. 1, 2. Cameron Stevens kicks out. This is a back and forth contest.
An absolute barn burner to kick us off here today on NEW Evolved, no doubt about it.
You can tell that Cameron Stevens really studied Tony pretty hard when he found that he was having this match.
Cameron Stevens definitely did his homework coming into this one, watching the tapes, and you see on the replay there a beautiful back elbow from the Wild Thing Tony King in for the cover, but only a 2, Travis, oh so close.
Well, that was with precision, but not enough to keep good man down, as we see Cameron trying to kick out here again and off the ropes. And Tony grabs him again, but Cameron with a back suplex, going in for the
reversal.
Pin. 1, 2, no!
And Tony barely able to escape again, Travis. The Wild Thing on the ropes, the Steel Panther not letting up, proving to be an unenviable task here for the Wild Thing Tony King on NEW Evolved.
Well, I got to give Tony King a lot of credit. He may have his dirty tactics, but he certainly is able to kick out of a lot here in New Evolution Wrestling. He's proved that time and time again. As we see Cameron Stevens fighting back from his knees here now with a couple of punches, and the referee indicating he wants to see a non-closed fist action here. And Cameron with a clothesline and a boot grazed him, never got the whole thing. And Cameron lifts him up. What's he going to do here now? Ooh, and it dropped him into a backbreaker. And 1, 2. I've never seen anything like that.
Right on the back of the neck there. Wild Thing coming down hard. Barely able to escape. Tony King needs to get it together here today. He's certainly being tested by the newcomer.
We're both making it back to their feet. And Tony picks up Cameron as he's coming off the ropes. Another reversal into a knee face drop.
And a beautiful flying knee, Travis. That's got to be it.
1, 2, 3. No, Cameron kicks out again.
And you can see the despair on the face of the Wild Thing. He needs to dig down deep.
Well,
I think it's time for the Wild Thing to dig into his bag of tricks here.
I feel Tony's frustration, because the suspense is killing me here as we see a instant replay of Tony's knee to the head here. We thought this was over right here. As you see the referee going in, that was almost a 3 count.
What an absolutely fantastic contest to kick us off today on NEW Evolved. These two men are holding nothing back.
We turn to live action here, and now we see Tony King hits the mat hard. And Cameron for the cover. 1, 2. And Tony kicks out again. That's what, the 3rd or 4th time Tony's kicked out of some big moves here today.
And Travis, that's the 2nd devastating move right on the back of the neck of the Wild Thing in a very short period of time.
And Cameron Stevens setting him up. It looks like a suplex. And Tony going into reversal here. What's Tony doing here now? Tony looks like he's going to suplex him on a spinning neck breaker. Tony going in for the pin here in the referee position for 1, 2.
Not enough once again. Travis Canning, absolutely unbelievable how close
Tony
both men have come at different times to securing the win here
I don't know if you noticed, Tony's still been holding the back of his head and neck as he's going through the motions here, trying to get his wits about him, trying to put Cameron Stevens away. Let's see what's going to happen here.
Could be looking for that king switch to secure the win, and I was right. He's going in for it, Travis. If he hits this, it's all over.
The camera reverses it off the ropes, and Tony ducks under. What's going to happen here right now? It looks like he went for a roll-up.
Not enough on the roll-up, and a big kick right to the jaw there on the Steel Panther. He rocked him, Travis.
And Tony looks like he's set for a king switch, and he hits it.
What a
Tony in for the pin in a referee position. 1, 2, 3. And Tony picks up a hard-earned victory here in New Evolution Wrestling on NEW Evolved here today.
What an amazing matchup to kick us off here today, and the Wild Thing picks up a big win over, again, Steel Panther, Cameron Stevens, and you see here on the replay, Tony finally able to hit the king switch, Travis, and that was enough to put the Steel Panther away, and even Tony King has to admit that was a valiant effort from the Steel Panther. And fans, we'll be back with more NEW Evolve. Stay tuned.
This is CWE champion Hotshot Daddy Duggan, the leader of Team Jacked and Fanny Packed, and you are watching New Evolution Wrestling.
Travis, big news as next week on NEW Evolved, we're going to have an absolutely gigantic NEW World Heavyweight title match as the Maverick Matt Wheeler gets the opportunity of a lifetime as he tangles with the Wrestling Machine and current NEW World Heavyweight Champion Tyson Dukes. And this is going to be an absolutely huge matchup next week, Travis.
I cannot express in words how much this is for Matt Wheeler to be in the ring with such a prestigious champion. Let's look forward to this next week. I know I'm not going to miss it. I'm going to be here.
That's right, Travis. So fans, take note. Next week on NEW Evolved, this absolutely gigantic NEW World Heavyweight title match from Dildo, Newfoundland. All right, Travis, we're back on NEW Evolved, and here we see one of my new personal favorites here on the NEW roster, the Educator, Denver Peters.
I'm not really sure how I feel about this guy
this
yet.
reject here is probably one of your favorites. The scumbag, Blake Maxwell.
Hey, man, trained by Lance Storm's Wrestling Academy.
He's a scumbag.
He's a prestigious wrestler.
Thoroughbred here, he's going to find out in short order.
Oh, wow, that was nice.
That's right, Denver Peters, a surefire pick for breakout star here in New Evolution Wrestling. He's going to show everybody what it's all about here in New Evolution Wrestling.
Well, as I'm sure you've heard, Denver Peters has a legitimate background in Olympic-style wrestling, and he's putting that to good use here right now, taking down Blake Maxwell, who's probably not expecting this type of skill thus far.
He is the educator for a reason, and he's going to teach every single member he encounters on the NEW roster what it means to be a pure wrestling athlete.
Well, time will tell, but from the looks of it right now, you could be right, as we see Denver Peters has a firm grasp, front face lock, and Blake Maxwell just reversed that. Well, let's see what happens here now as the referee's in position here. Make any type of call. And Blake Maxwell seems to have a firm grip. Let's see what happens here with Denver Peters. And Denver Peters with a reversal here. This young lad seems to have a really good upside here as we see the veteran back him into the corner.
Referee needs to get out. Look at that cheap shot. That is an unnecessary cheap shot by Blake Maxwell. It's not within the rules, Canning. It's not within the rules. The referee needs to get in there and separate the two. And look at that, Denver Peters right away.
Todd Winters, he has till 5.
Still 5. Yeah. Isn't that convenient?
Denver Peters gets thrown off there, and Denver gets thrown out of the ring using his own momentum.
That's okay, that's okay.
He might have that legitimate background, but he doesn't know how to play the mind games that Blake Maxwell does.
Yeah, we'll see, Travis, as this match goes on. And look at Blake with a big, uncharacteristic drop kick to the outside there.
Wow, he didn't quite get all of that, but looked like he got enough to catch Denver Peters off guard.
The referee needs to get, once again, why is this man being subjected to this barbaric style of professional wrestling? This is absolutely ludicrous. Denver Peters needs to be inside. And look at this cheap shot once again on the instant replay. Oh, that's pretty funny, isn't it, Blake?
All I can say is that when you sign a contract to perform under a professional wrestling contract, you open yourself up to a whole world of trouble.
And look, we can see what happened here at the hands of the educator. Right away, Blake wants to take it to the outside. Peter's showing us another side here. He can play that game too, I suppose, Travis.
Well, you know what? In New Evolution Wrestling, you had to be able to be adaptable. If you're not, get out of here.
Fans, right now, we've got a major announcement coming soon for someone who's making his way to New Evolution Wrestling.
Wrestling fans, this is former WWE Superstar Carlito. But of course, you already knew that. I'm just here to announce that Carlito will be at New Evolution Wrestling. And that's cool.
Can you believe that, Travis? Former WWE Superstar International Wrestling sensation Carlito is making his way to New Evolution Wrestling.
I absolutely can believe it because there's no other place that I can see where former WWE stars would ever want to go. We got the best fans and the best local talent that this country has to offer. As we see two of them right here in the corner, and the referee is trying to get in between them.
And the referee is doing his job there. Peters doesn't seem too impressed, I can tell you that much. Right into the face of referee Gary Rice.
Denver Peters seems to be adapting quite well here, as we see he's using the ring to his advantage right now. So he's not opposed to getting down and dirty either.
He's honing in on that leg there, the Thoroughbred. He's looking for the submission here, Travis, and you can see the pain etched on the face of the Thoroughbred as he's on the mat there.
That definitely looks like a painful hold, but let me tell you something. Blake Maxwell is a former NEW champion. He's not going to tap out, not right away. This is going to take a long time. As he tries to get a hold of the referee. He shouldn't be touching the referee.
This is ludicrous.
Well, Blake, he's not opposed to, any type of tactic as well.
And it's absolutely brutal. The poke to the eyes there on the educator.
And the audience is enjoying it, though. As you see Blake with that patented axe kick, that's one of his patented finishers.
You can see the devastation done to the leg of Thoroughbred Blake Maxwell.
That was that ankle lock. It looked like that was that ankle lock. As we see the referee position here. 1, 2, and Denver Peters kicks out.
Let's give the kid credit there. He manages to kick out, and it certainly was that ankle lock. Will the Thoroughbred be able to survive? Fans, we'll be back with more NEW Evolved. Alright, Travis, we're back on Evolve, and you can see the Thoroughbred barely able to make it to his feet. That leg is worse for wear.
Blake Maxwell looks to me like he's setting himself up for his finishing maneuver here.
And he can't pull it off. And Denver Peters capitalizes with a big
Olympic slam. In the referee position here. 1, 2. This could be an upset.
That's
Blake Maxwell.
A slow count.
I disagree. Blake Maxwell kicked out at the last minute with authority and resiliency.
Terrible. Such a slow count, and right back, right away. Look at that, Travis. Right away, back on that ankle.
Well, he's very cerebral, as you know. As we said, he's an Olympic-style wrestler. He knows he has to stay on his opponent, especially when they're the caliber of Blake Maxwell. You see him trying to reach for the ropes there, and he sits in, and he's grapevining that leg. Blake is screeching in pain here, trying to get to the ropes.
Can you imagine his debut contest here on Evolved? He taps out the former NEW World Heavyweight Champion.
That would certainly be a feather in his hat, but it's not happening for the foreseeable future anyways. We see the referee trying to break the count. And you can see that he used that 5 count too.
Absolutely brilliant strategy by the Educator, and he is certainly in firm control here.
He certainly seems to be, but he needs to get back on him real quick if he's going to maintain that control.
He needs to stop wasting time here. This is a former NEW World Heavyweight Champion we're talking about. And he goes in once again. I am so impressed with the resilience of Denver Peters.
It looks to me like he's picking this guy apart. Oh, what's going on here? 1, 2. And that was almost a victory out of nowhere for Blake Maxwell.
Maxwell manages to get him up. Can he hold him up with that leg? He does. Crushing blow.
And the referee looks to me, he might be in a position for a pin here. There is 1, 2, 3. And Blake Maxwell gets out of this one with a victory, but it looks to be barely as the guy is still writhing in pain over his leg here.
Look at the Thoroughbred, barely manages to get him up, but just enough to get the pin on the Educator Denver Peters. But what an impressive showing by the newcomer here on NEW Evolved. The Thoroughbred, he is certainly worse for wear. Look at that, Travis. The Educator's not happy. I love it.
Oh, no. I thought he
Amazing.
was...
Lock it on again. What a...
I thought he was a respectable Olympic...
He is a respectable...
An Olympically trained athlete.
Olympically. Absolute travesty of justice here for the Educator Denver Peters. He was cheated in this contest. Blake Maxwell used every underhanded tactic you can imagine. And is he going to hop back in the ring? I don't think so. That's right, Denver Peters. Live to fight another day. You won this one. No question about it. This is a brash newcomer right here, Travis. I am thoroughly impressed.
I firmly agree with you. He might not have won today, but there's definitely a lot of shine coming with all the young talent.
There's a message for the Thoroughbred and fans. We'll see you next time with more
New Evolution Wrestling would like to
Evolved.
thank the following supporters: Breckle Pizza, Torbay Road, Westside Charlie's, Kayla G. Travel, The Hub, Printing and Catering, JC's Entertainment.
The Dark Lord, Johnny Devine. Watch NEW Evolved on Rogers TV. The dark side commands it.